Hey there, guys, and happy Wednesday. I'm glad you're able to join me this evening again. And I want to say thank you to all the viewers, guests, and supporters. You know, without you, we couldn't do this. I'm your host, Shayrenee. I'm in Philadelphia. Well, I'm stationed in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it is horrible outside. It is a straight up thunderstorm. But anyway, this this special edition Wednesdays of the Indie Spotlight happening on Instagram at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a great guest on. Rapper, lyricist, and all around cool dude, Too Deep the Southern President will be joining us. So when he comes into the room, I'll invite him to the camera and we'll start the interview. Oh, by the way, I want to say hello to everybody in here. Sometimes I miss from saying that because I be doing the interview. But keep all comments to a minimum. You're able to ask as many questions as you want in the question box below. And I'll try to get to every question that you want to answer or that you want answered. I hope everybody inside too, out here in Philly. So I'm not sure where you're from.
What's going on?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just getting situated. I haven't too long got to the house, so
Okay.
I'm just getting situated. But how everything going for you?
Good, good. And I wanted to tell you thank you so much for being very reachable, and so that I can reach out to you and do the interview. And I'm thanking you for being with me this evening.
Oh, no doubt. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, good. So so you're originally from Tennessee or
Most definitely.
Okay.
Memphis, Tennessee. Definitely.
Mm. Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, when they come to where I'm from, Memphis, it's a real street city, it's an urban city, but
Hmm.
it's a lot of talent where I'm from as well. If you go back to the past of Memphis, you got Elvis Presley, you got BB King, you got Stax Records, countless rappers and all kinds of musicians and talented people. It's just a struggle to come up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I really hope that when everything is situated, I'll be able to like visit the South. It's so much rich musical history and a lot of great Black history down there. Um, so how did you come up with the name Too Deep, the Southern President? I'm just so curious because I like it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, a lot of people ask me like that because they like too deep, and then they like the Southern President. Why this whole long introductory name. But Too Deep came from when I was young. I always like wrote a lot. I wrote a lot of poetry. I
Mm,
wrote a lot of raps. I even used to like carry a thesaurus with me through school and a
wow.
dictionary because I was so like uh persistent about making sure my vocabulary was on point or making sure I knew a better way to say another word. So that's
Yeah.
where like the deep comes from because when I was younger, I still like always wanted to sound more intelligent and wiser than the people
Hmm.
my age. That's where the too deep part came from. The Southern
Mm,
president part came from the fact that I always have been like a man of the people. I always was the type of person that can kind of get along with everybody, and
hmm.
I always been like a natural leader. So people kind of
Yeah.
naturally gravitated to me in everything that I always kind of did because I never followed other people. I always just wanted to do what I wanted to do the way I wanted to do it. And if people follow me, cool. If they don't, cool. I'm gonna do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason why Southern is obviously because I'm from the South, and I
Hmm.
felt like, you know, I'm one of the most talented artists out the South. Like when T.I. came out, it was like he was the king of the South, and everybody was like, "Why is this man saying he's the king of the South?" And it was like because you want to set yourself at a high standard so that you can prove yourself. Like, yeah, I'm saying I'm the Southern president because I'm literally gonna show you why I'm the Southern president. Because I appeal to every kind of person. Like I can do every kind of style. So just being a man of the people.
Awesome. Awesome. And I listened to a few of your songs, and I really do like them. And they're really in depth, and I remember like a lot of different like southern rap, and I remember like when I felt the same way like when I went to like an Outkast concert and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So I remember like I feel
I'm a
like that
big
type of
Outkast
spirit.
fan. I'm a huge
Yeah.
Outkast fan. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in too. I wanna shout out everybody who's coming in the room. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember that. I remember like do or die. I know like I'm not sure if their name is Do or Die or Po Pimp or like Twister and
Yeah,
stuff like
do
that.
or
So I
die. They
really
from
like
Chicago though. They had like a similar style of what like we
I
do, but
love
I
it.
know what you're saying though. Like
Yeah, yeah, I love it, and that's what I haven't heard. I haven't heard that in a long time. That reminds me of that stuff. Where can people find your music, and do you have merch?
most definitely, people can find my music on all the platforms: Spotify, YouTube Music, Google Music, Apple Music, Tidal. Anywhere you want to listen to your music, just Google my name, type my name in, I'll come up. Um, but definitely, I also, my merch is a little different because not only can people buy a game for sale T-shirt or something like that from me, I'm actually also an artist. So because I'm an artist, that kind of makes it makes what I bring to the table a little different because the average rapper is just gonna want you to buy a T-shirt from them, or gonna want you to buy a coffee mug, and that's cool too. I merchandise that too, but the sure fact that for me, I try to give you something creative that you gonna have for the rest of your life, and that's art. Art never dies. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, and art doesn't depreciate. So, as I grow and continue to do what I'm doing, it's important to me that somebody had some handmade for me that will always appreciate and value.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So, do you have any of your merch for sale now, or you're in
Oh,
the process of
definitely.
making merch?
Definitely. I say art all the time. Most of the time, when it comes to art, a lot of people DM me and ask me specific things, custom paintings that they want. But I always keep a painting or two around just in case somebody wants to buy something that I already made. You know what I mean? But also game for
Yeah,
sale T-shirts. I sell them all the time too. So if you want a game for sale T-shirt, man.
that's
My stuff don't look
awesome.
like nobody else.
So you're on all streaming platforms, and you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Most definitely, most definitely. The YouTube growing by the day. I want to say on average right now, I'm getting about anywhere from 500 to 700 new subscribers every 20, 30 days. It's growing
That's
pretty fast. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all the people that have been tuning in and showing support and sharing a new vision. Because, that's the best way to get seen now is, YouTube, your music.
and it's genuine. So you have 500,000 streams. Could you tell me a little bit about your 500,000 streams on what song or
Um,
album?
Basically, it's been a long road. I won't even say too long though, in comparison to a lot of my earlier music because
Mm,
I put the album out on 9/21, and that's a special day to me because that was the birthday of one of my close friends who got killed. So I kind of
oh,
dedicated the album
I'm
to him.
sorry.
So ever since the release, now I believe currently I might have just hit like maybe like 540,000, 550. But I'm just excited because these streams is just from all kind of different places. And I've been promoting my
Yeah.
music a lot differently this time. I've been targeting people a lot differently this time. And I just feel
Mhm.
like the work that I've been doing is just starting to pay off.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh, give me,
And
give me, give me 1 second. Hold on, one
sure,
second.
sure.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm
That's
back.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine. So, um, if you what is some of the best advice you could give to a upcoming artist or a person who wants to get into music or starts making music or rap?
Um, everybody always gives you like when you make music like this corny advice. Like, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Like just chase your dreams and never stop your dreams, and that's part of it. But the main thing that I can tell you about advice is when you're an artist and you're chasing your dream, the music business is an extremely shady business. And the music business is built off of people who are blindly chasing their dreams, which means you're blindly spending money, blindly, doing a bunch of shit. Like, it's way more people that get paid off of you not making it than it is actual people who get paid for you making it. And so I think a lot of artists coming up don't realize that. So my best advice is now, um, learn how to be independent. Don't get into music chasing, oh, I'm just trying to get hot enough to get a record deal. Focus on building genuine fans that just care about what you do because they will never go anywhere. It won't be based on, oh, you had $1 million budget. It will be based on the fact that I took the time out to organically create a buzz, and these people are watching me grow and they coming along for the trip. And so when you do that, it opens you up to not ever really needing a label because these people gonna want to support you, whether it's you making music, whether it's you selling merch, because they're into you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the best advice I could give somebody.
Well, no, I think that was some really, really good advice. Really good advice, especially coming from a rap artist. And how long have you been doing this?
Oh man, I've been making music for as long as I can remember, probably since I was 12, 13, teenager. I just love music. I love the way that it not only makes me feel to make it, but the reaction that it gives people when they get to hear it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's a lot of things I've done in my life to make money, but you can give me less money and give me the opportunity to see people consistently react to my music, and it's still, it's a better feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, the advice that you just gave to some artists and musicians um, earlier is very, very essential. That music is a business, it's a huge machine, and you do need to learn how to maneuver and work through that machine.
Most
Do
definitely.
you, do you have any upcoming performances?
Actually, I'm getting a lot of that in order now
Okay.
because of the fact that the COVID thing has been like
Yeah.
the last year. It kind of threw off all. What's up, Extraordinary KB? What's up, Mr. Bree? I just want to speak to them. I see them.
Oh,
I ain't been
sure,
looking
sure.
down enough. But when it comes because of the COVID situation, I hadn't been given any thought to performing much because it was like a lot of the
Yeah.
venues that were into all that, around the globe been shut down. So now that things are kind of getting back to opening up more places, and when you travel, you can kind of count on things being how they supposed to be without the restrictions. Definitely
Right.
going. What's up, Mercy 901? What's up, beautiful? I'm definitely gonna start taking more time out to playing more of these shows and get everything going because I know it's a lot of people that they want to see me perform. And to be honest, like I actually performed somewhere the other night, Artisans Bar out here in Atlanta. It was kind of impromptu, but I'm saying it to say, performing is kind of like my strong point. Speaking to people is my strong point. Communicating with people is my strong point. So every time I hit the stage, it gives me the opportunity to show people what I'm made of in front of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And due to the impact of COVID-19, so many lives lost, so many business owners and people losing their jobs, and so much that happened to the entertainment industry because of it. Where do you see the near future of live performance? Where do you see it go?
I see the future of live performance trending more so to like online entertainment. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? In any field that I dig in now, I don't even look at like just in person things more so. I'm more so into understanding how online entertainment works. Because would you rather just serve your corner or your city, or would you rather sell to the world? And that's where the world is
Exactly.
trending. People want
Yeah.
things on demand. People want things when they want them. People don't want to wait on anything. You don't want to go to the mall as much no more. You want to get on Amazon. You want it to come to you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like I feel like online entertainment, like I say, even when I get on Instagram, we have these conversations. These are our stages. Whether we
Yeah.
go to a city and perform in front of someone or not, this is a stage where you can reach millions or thousands or hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And I just think that's where it's going. You know what I mean?
No, no, yeah, you really on point with that because like I'm all the way in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and your state. I'm not sure where you're stationed at right
I'm
now.
in Atlanta right now.
You're in Atlanta, and it's just like
Atlanta.
I wanted people to like on the East Coast to actually, see you and look at Southern rap, and I really do appreciate a lot of Southern rap. I listen to it a lot, a lot. So
Most
it's
definitely.
some of the best.
I
It's
mean,
some of the best rap down there.
and I want to say this. My goal also, not just with being from the South, is also to bring a certain amount of lyricism back to Southern rap,
Yeah,
because I think the confusion of the dynamic of Southern rappers has been made as if most Southern rappers, and no disrespect to any of the other rappers out there, but all we do is mumble. Or all we do is just get in the booth and freestyle random shit that don't make no sense, because it's a lot of that out there. Gimmicky rappers. And I'm
yeah,
not knocking what anyone else does. But what I grew up on was people like you named, Outkast,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
UGK,
yeah, yeah.
A-Ball, and MJG. They from my
That's what I hear.
neighborhood. And so when you heard this music from these artists, it not only made you go to the club and act wild, it not only made you want to get high, it gave you game. It taught you shit
Yeah,
about that you might not have knew yet, because your favorite artist, you felt like you could relate to them. Every song wasn't the same shit. See, I get like having a club song or but like these albums that people put out now, there is no meat and potatoes. It's just the
yeah,
same shit. And so my whole thing with my music is, well, let me give you a little bit of everything that you need in the meal, because you're not getting 5 courses from most rappers from the South. You know what I'm saying? They're not giving you lyricism. They're not giving you storytelling. They're not giving
yeah,
you things that are happening from a real space. Of course, you are not riding Ferraris. You have not been riding Ferraris your whole life. Like, just read like you did not go to the strip club every night and throw $1,000. That's not what you do every day. A lot of these
yeah,
niggas are new to even getting money from to begin with. So
yeah,
it be asinine to me, some of the music I hear, because it's not really relatable, and it's not really teaching the next generation anything. And so my thing is to give you lyricism, but it's coming from an authentic place,
yeah,
because you can sit back and say, well, not only is he trying to give me some game and teach me some, but he's actually been in the situations that he's rapping about. He's not
yeah.
making the story up to entertain you. He's really telling you from experience. And I think that's important.
Well, I definitely think that you actually like the analogy you were saying, like they're giving you an appetizer pretty much and not the meat and potatoes. But that's actually what I hear in your music. So you're definitely projecting that. And I often let a lot of hip hop artists and rap artists know that they don't have a rap university or hip hop university, but they need one because, like you were saying, the storytelling, poetry, being a wordsmith, being able to deliver real situations in a way where people can relate them. So I definitely agree with you with that. And
Yeah.
one more thing about it is that the reason why I think we're getting a lot of people that are gimmicky or don't have that authenticity in their music is because the culture is pushing the music instead of the artist pushing the culture.
I agree with that. You just saying something very extra, and that's something that I've always believed in my whole, career doing music, dealing with music. I used to make songs about, my lifestyle and the things that crossed my mind and the things that meant something to me. And I would always say, well, I'm not gonna just go make a song because he made that type of song to get popping. Like, I have to make what moves me, what comes from a real space. If I'm in that space, that's what I make. It has to be genuine. And over time, you build a brand and you build an audience that likes what you do. You can't get caught
Hmm.
up in what everybody else does, because once you do, then you're going to be in a space where you have to consistently recreate that moment to target that same audience. And you're not going to want to do that because that didn't come from a real place. But what you can remanufacture over and over again is your damn self. Whatever you want to make the trend, whatever you like. That's why I say it's important that people find whatever creatively moves them, because people will follow if you stand on it. But that's the
Yeah.
problem. People don't stand on anything anymore.
Yeah.
But clout. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's about it.
I really, I like your the way you say things and the way that the way you explain it, the way that you're explaining, especially coming from someone that's been doing it so long, that's been doing it for a very
Right.
long time.
Right.
Is there, so I could probably like literally like talk to you about stuff like that forever, but
Right.
is there any artists that you have not collaborated with yet that you would like to?
Definitely. What's up, Reg? Artists that I would love to collaborate with. For sure, J. Cole. Love what J. Cole does.
Mm-hmm.
Big Crit. Like Big Crit a whole lot. Trying to think of some other guy. Definitely Drake. Love what Drake does. Tory Lanez.
Yeah. I see that.
I just like guys that are give Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my God.
Um,
Yeah.
who I just like guys that like what you said, that push the culture. If you notice, most of the guys that I name
Mm-hmm.
don't drop a whole lot of music. If you think
Mm-hmm.
about it, they drop
Mm-hmm.
music sporadically. They drop albums once or twice every couple of years, but the music is held to such a high standard that it lasts. They don't have to keep dropping mixtape after mixtape because it's based around like real concepts. They're making real bodies of work that they care about. And so
Mm-hmm.
those are the artists that I feel like I got more in common with and would like to collaborate with.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that complement and contrast in with you featuring with J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar or all those people, Drake. So hopefully one day, I hope that me and you could work on something together in
Mhm.
some way, shape, or form, whether in the front or behind scenes.
I feel
And
you.
and this
I feel
is
you.
the part of the interview when I ask my guests if they have any questions for me.
Okay, okay, most definitely. My first question for you is, how long have you been into doing what you're doing right now, which is interviewing, building your brand, reaching
Mhm.
out to independent artists, giving them a lane to express themselves?
Wow. So I actually started the Indie Spotlight in the Indie Spotlight edition, special edition, excuse me, in February 20 of 21.
Mm,
So I graduated from Community College of Philadelphia in 2018, and I stayed there for about 4 years. I thought that I was called to get a record deal, but
mm,
after 11 months of making music, I found out they said they were no longer interested in me. So after going through something like that, um, I was accepted in three colleges and for a bachelor's in music vocal performance. And after I picked Temple University here in Philadelphia, and after staying there for like 2.5 semesters, I left and started to pursue my career. And then I start seeing all the things that's happening in the business, the way people aren't getting seen, the way society is treating certain music, or the way publicity is changing, completely changed with the internet. And so I said, I
mm.
want to put a spotlight on independent artists and show what they're doing, show what your person in your neighborhood or around your way or in another city is doing. That is very as much as important as what they have on TV, because that's just not what everything. That's just not the whole thing. There's so many
Exactly,
good. Yeah, there's so many artists. So yeah, that's what happened.
exactly. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I got another question. Okay, so in doing this, what has been your experience with artists? Do you feel like most of the artists you run across are humble? Do you feel like the problem with artists is they feel like they know too much? Like what are your normal experiences? Because I know in dealing with independent artists, you deal with a lot of different personalities. So what are your experiences been like?
So far, my experiences have been very, very good. And it was actually a little bit surprising, but great that I was able to reach out to them. So, social media, I was able to
Mhm.
reach out to them so openly, so freely. Like back when I was a kid and I was listening to music or as a teenager, you cannot reach someone like this.
No,
You cannot reach them.
no, no,
So,
hell no. You just shoot a DM to a random person you never met, and they like, "Oh yeah, it's all good." Like, nah, hell no, hell no.
definitely, definitely.
But that's the world's faster now. Everything's moving
Yeah.
faster. So it's almost better to reach out to somebody almost on social media now because people almost don't even want to give you their phone number. They're like, hit me up on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Take my
Yeah.
number. Take my Instagram. Take my Twitter. You know what I mean? Take my Snapchat. Like that's how the world is.
Yeah, yeah. And I just find out like how interesting. And plus, I do like a lot of I'm a music history buff. So I love a lot of music historian stuff, and I just like finding out where music come from and how the artist developed and what they've been through. Because like when you hear like an artist's lyrics, you
Mhm.
feel like you're having a conversation with them or you're getting to know them. And I'll be like, wow, I want to really like talk to this person, get to know them, find out what type of advice that person has or what makes their brain tick or what makes them write their stuff and stuff like that. So
So that brings me to another question. Upon hearing my music, because I am the type of artist that does, talk a certain way, communicate a certain way, what was your initial reaction to, the things I talk about, the way I carry myself over audio? Like, what did you feel?
what did I get? Well, I listened to one. I'm trying to think of the song I listened to. It was a song and you were talking about having like a miscommunication or an argument
They are,
with a woman. Arguments. I think that's the name of it.
they are,
And I'm listening to it and I'm like, dang man, I'm sitting here and it's just like taking me back. And I was like, dang, I want to go to the South. I want to go to the South and experience the music. And also
right.
like I looked at and I'm coming from the time when like I remember looking at like American Pimp and stuff like that. And I'd
Mhm.
be so interested in it. I was really, really, really interested in like that, like pimp hustler culture. And a lot of it is in music. And it's because it's real. It's
Right,
because it's real. And I think
right.
like a whole lot of different people know people that either have been in, uh, known people that were pimps or know people that was, a lot of people are like, in different parts of the sex industry. And I'm just like an open person. And I like that. I like realness. I like that kind of stuff. And you delivered the kind of stuff that I like. You delivered
I
all that. You delivered
appreciate
real
it.
stuff.
I appreciate it. And I think there's big a lot of my music when it comes to that, it's interesting that you bring that up. My music has also been predicated because I've been so much of a big part of that type of culture. Um,
Mm,
it's imperative that when I bring it across, it doesn't come across like television or movie or media. Because when
mm-hmm,
people think of, that lifestyle, like the game or women doing what they doing to get money from somebody and then giving it to a man or whatever the case you want to call it,
mm-hmm,
it's this stigma that characterizes it as it's this ignorant guy who beats up on a bunch of girls and forces them to do things they don't want to do. And he's probably unintelligent. And it's like, hold on, like, no, so this is TV. Like, actually, this guy might be extremely intelligent. Actually, this guy's IQ might be like upper echelon because he has to deal with multiple people and communicate with them and keep them focused on a day-to-day basis, and then use that to encourage them to be successful. It's difficult. It's not what you think it is. And so
yeah,
it's imperative that through my music I showcase that because the thing about it is when they show like for rappers, it's okay to be from the streets and be like a drug dealer or a robber and be a rapper. Like the industry will push that out there because they don't mind because they're like, oh, cool. He just gonna make him go shoot more people. He's just gonna make the kids go sell more drugs. He's just gonna make so somebody like me who actually has like game and lyricism in their music, they kind of like, that's cool, but you're doing too much. Like we don't want people to like have too much game. We don't want to say like, But yeah, telling people to get high, do drugs, shoot other people. Oh yeah, give him a record deal right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
It's
real. That's true.
just real shit. And so to me, it's just like it has to be somebody who has the capability of treading the thin line of the streets, but mixing it with a certain vulnerability and lyricism that tells a story that captivates not just the community that he comes from, but the world. And I feel like I got a skill set that can do that. Where it's just like, well, you don't have to come from my culture to understand it. Let me bring you here. Let me give you a front row seat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely hear you with that, because just because people have different experiences doesn't mean they have intelligence, and just because people go to school doesn't mean they have manners. This is a very good topic that you brought up about how people prejudge people depending on what they
Yes.
might have done with their life. There is actually there was a pimp who was in, I think he was in American Pimp now. He is actually like one of the top black leaders now. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
gorgeous joint.
And it was also a man who did the show in their actor's studio, who's been doing that for like 30 or 40 years, and comes out after his passing that he was a pimp back when he was
Let,
younger.
let, let's,
So
let's, get, let's get this out there to everybody who doesn't realize it. And I'm not going to say I'm a pimp or I was a pimp. I'm just saying I'm a player. You know,
so
I'm a player. But let's say
player,
this.
yeah.
Malcolm X was also a pimp. And
Yes.
I don't know, like, people don't realize, like, do you realize how intelligent this man was, how smart this
Yeah.
man was, how big this man was on racism, how many people he gathered together? But he actually came from that. So
Yes.
it
Yeah.
shows you, well, it was things that came from that as far as his intelligence, his IQ, his ability to lead people, his ability to get people to rally around him and be down with his message. That's part of it. It takes a special type of charisma that everybody does not have to pull that off. And a lot of times America does not want to identify that, but with the reality of America, like I tell people all the time, the sex industry has always and will never die. Whether you want to, like, it don't matter
Yeah.
what happened, people have to have sex. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? It's just as
Hmm.
important as water. So for as long as sex, and that's
Um.
been going on at the beginning of the time, for as long as sex is going
Yeah.
to be traded and valued, people are going to always exchange something for it. That's reality.
Definitely. That is reality. And I think, like, about the thing you were talking about with Malcolm X, it made him have multi layers of education, because you can't just be book smart, you have to be street smart and wise. It gave him wisdom. And I think that's a great thing that you brought up. That's a great
That's,
thing
that's,
that you brought up.
I'm just saying, that's just facts.
It
You see
is.
what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really X certain things out of culture. A lot of people don't even. Aretha Franklin's husband was a pimp. A lot of the money he
Mm,
was making from it, he put into her career. People leave these things out of American. Do you know how many cities were
yes.
built off of brothels?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
And free
Brothels
labor.
and
That's right.
moonshine and man, get the fuck out of here. It's crazy how much they try to leave this shit out. But this is
Yeah.
America. Your
Yeah.
politicians, all these motherfuckers are tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They do things under the table that you would never, these judges. Oh my God. You know, it's crazy.
You got a
I
lot
would
of
be
you
talking
got a
for
lot of
days
ammo.
if I really broke down how crooked the bullshit really is, and then the
Yeah.
dynamic that they try to lie to you with is, oh, you can't speak on it. You can't. Why? It's going on every day. Why? It's
Yeah, it's the
reality.
underbelly. It's definitely a huge underbelly of a lot of stuff that projects now, and then people try to say, or different people, different leaders or whatever, try to say, like, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's been happening. Like you said, the world is built off it. We've got money off of it. This is how
Oh,
we actually had the state. So
it will
I
never stop. It will never. Look, a man wouldn't care about making money as much if he could not get that money and in turn get the type of woman he wants. Why would he care
mm,
about money so much? Why you gonna
mm,
dress up to impress a woman? Why you gonna
Mm,
take her out to eat to pray you can get some pussy? You see what I'm saying? Like this is just reality. If I'm gonna be real, why are you buying her nice things? Why do you want to get that great job? Of course, you want to support your family and you want to help, but the end goal is, oh, I either want to keep my wife happy, or I want to keep my side chick happy, or I want to attract the type of chick I want, and
mhm,
or I want to just be able to pay for any woman I want. That is
mhm.
how a rich man thinks. When they attain wealth, they want to get all their vices. And so that will never stop. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, definitely. Like you said, I think that I think that people are more connected through their vices. I think they are more connected through their
Hang
vices.
on. Whatever you like to do, you want to do it as much as you can do it when you want to do it. That's freedom for you. So
Right.
if if what no matter whatever made you happy, when you get money, all you want the money for is so you can do more of that. The money would
Mhm,
be meaningless if you couldn't do more of that. Nobody
mhm,
really wants money just to pay for a place to stay, just to pay rent, just to, if you like to smoke weed and you make money, you're going to smoke your weed regardless of if you paid the rent the right way or not. That rent going to have to be a little late. I got to get something to smoke. That's just reality.
yeah, definitely, definitely. You know something, I could hold a conversation with you for a really, really long time. I want to, I want to thank everyone for coming into the room, and I also want to thank Too Deep, the Southern President. I thank you for coming on. Thank you for having an interview with me. I hope we can do it again sometime, hopefully.
Most definitely.
And
Most definitely. That's no problem.
and
That's
tell
no
people
problem.
where you where tell people where they can find you at again, just in case they just
Oh,
came in the room.
most definitely, if you just came across this, or if you see this later when she posted on the platform she posted on, you can definitely follow me on Instagram at 2Deep the Southern President, Twitter 2DPSP. Make sure you, if you don't do any of that, the number one thing to do, find me on YouTube. I got some of the most entertaining, creative visuals that you want to see by independent artists or artists in general, and I got so many more to come. So please, please do me and yourself a favor because you are also in return good music tuning.
Mm,
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you to Deep the Southern President, and I hope you have
I
a really great
appreciate
night. Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.